Olympics memorabilia expert at RR Auction, Bobby Eaton, joins me now with more on Olympic medals. So, okay, Bobby, the Italian State Mint produces these medals. Olympic organizers say they found a fix, but they wouldn't say what the problem was. Some suggest this could be like an issue with the medal's clasp and ribbon area. How durable are these medals supposed to be typically?
Well, typically, I have medals that have lasted over 100 years, so they should be durable. But I did hear through the grapevine that they were actually the issue is stemming from a cord which is fitted with a break. It's a breakaway mechanism, which is required by law. So that's what's coming out in the media right now.
Now the first time medals were used was in 1896 at the Athens, Greece Olympics, but gold wasn't even used in the first Olympics. So why did that happen?
That's correct. So yeah, the first place was silver and second place was bronze. So up until 1900, the second games, they decided to go gold, silver, and bronze, which not a lot of people know. I can't believe you knew that.
And history tells us a lot of things, Bobby, but I know, we've seen a lot of these pictures of the Olympians. They get up on the podium, some of them bite their gold medal, but are they actually made of gold?
So it's funny you should ask that, because only 6 grams is the requirement from the IOC. So in this case for Milan, there's 6 grams of gold and 500 grams of silver.
Wow. And we have a picture of the designs right now, the video from NBC News showing what this year's Olympic medals look like. What about the silver and the bronze? Are those made of similar percentages?
So the silver is 500 grams. So essentially they gilt it with 6 grams of gold. And then the bronze is, I don't know the grams off the top of my head, but it is made up of the same substance, which would be bronze.
And let's talk about this year's medals and the design process. Can you tell us what that process is like and a little bit about the design this year?
Sure. So every host city, they either do competitions, they get with the organizing committee after the designs are put together, and then they agree upon them, and then they award a manufacturer to making those medals.
And when someone gets a medal replaced, they don't get to keep the broken one. One of the athletes was like, wait, I want my original medal back. What happens to those medals?
Well, so that's a good question. A lot of the times they'll take the medal back and replace it. They do make unissued medals, so they make more than they're going to issue out. So there is unawarded medals that they have ready to go that aren't engraved with the sport, and they can do that after the games ends.
And, what are your thoughts when you look at the design this year? Do you think they made it wrong based on the breaks and where you're seeing the breaks happen?
No, I mean, I think the medal's absolutely gorgeous. And so every host city, like I said, gives it their own flair. And I think this year's are fantastic. So I don't think it was a flaw. I mean, they're saying that it was a requirement that they needed to do that breakaway. And so I think it's something that will be cherished for years to come.
All right, and if you've always dreamed of having an Olympic medal in your hands, RR Auction is having an auction on Olympic memorabilia from the first medal handed out at the 1896 Athens Olympics, as we mentioned, to the Cortino 2026 Olympic torch. Just check out their website. Thank you so much, Bobby. Appreciate your time. A lot of history here.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Thank you.